Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're building a whole new framework for how you navigate your life, and we're going to do it by treating it like a flight plan. We'll be pulling together the precision of aviation, some really powerful ideas from leadership speaker Juan Jansen, and a guide called Searching to help you move from the passenger seat right into the cockpit.
So let's start with this really powerful diagnosis from Juan Jansen. It just perfectly captures this weird paradox we're all living in, doesn't it? We have more tools, more access, more notifications than any humans in history. And yet, how often do you end the day feeling like you didn't really accomplish anything that truly matters?
And this really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you've got busy. The endless scrolling, the back-to-back meetings that go nowhere, that constant consumption of information that just leaves you feeling drained. But on the other side, you've got productive. That amazing feeling of focused momentum, of a real sense of accomplishment. The problem is, way too many of us feel stuck on the left side, like we're just passengers on a really turbulent flight, constantly reacting to whatever's thrown at us.
So, what is it that's keeping us grounded? Let's get really specific here and look at the two main culprits that are stealing our time, our focus, and our energy. According to Jansen, these are the two great thieves of our modern lives. First, you've got the infinite scroll. Think about your social media feeds, those endless threads. They give you this illusion that you're learning something, but as he puts it, it's really just junk food for the mind. And second, we have the zombie meeting. Oh, you know this one. No clear agenda, no real decisions get made. It's just a black hole where your team's energy goes to die.
But what if there was a totally different way? What if, instead of being this passive passenger, just getting tossed around by all this turbulence, you could actually learn to pilot the plane yourself?
Every good pilot knows that a successful flight starts way before you even get to the runway. It all begins with a pre-flight check. And in our lives, that means developing a really powerful sense of situational awareness. And the tool for this, coming from that guide Searching, is something called the personal radar. Now, this isn't some vague, fuzzy intuition. It's a conscious, active process of scanning both your internal world and your external environment. It's the critical shift from being a passenger who just feels the weather to becoming the commander who actually navigates through it. And this process is incredibly practical. Just like a pilot tunes into different radio frequencies, you're going to calibrate your personal radar across these 6 areas. Your internal engine, that's just your energy level, plain and simple. Your social climate, what's the vibe you're getting from the people around you? Your ethical compass, is what you're doing actually lining up with your core values? This isn't just theory, it's a real, actionable checklist you can use every day. Okay, so our radar is calibrated, our awareness is sharp. Now it's time to stop reacting and start planning. It's time to actually design our own route.
This is your master flight plan. It's all about breaking down a huge ambition into parts you can actually manage. You start with the final destination, a really clear, vivid picture of your life 5 years from now. Then you set your waypoints, the key milestones for the next year. And this is so important. You do a threat assessment, figuring out your plan Bs, your alternate routes, just like a real pilot would. And finally, the takeoff checklist, the 3 to 5 concrete things you're going to view in the next 90 days to get this plane off the ground.
A great plan is vital, for sure, but every single pilot knows you have to be ready for the unexpected. And this is where real airline emergency procedures become these incredibly powerful metaphors for handling the crises in our own lives. So check this out. This is taken word for word from a cabin crew operations manual. Notice how direct it is, how precise, how unemotional. There's no panic here. It's just a clear, rehearsed protocol for dealing with a fire. Remove, break the seal, aim at the base. Done. Now, let's translate that. Think about a social fire, a sudden toxic conflict that flares up. The big insight here is that the protocol is exactly the same. You have to act decisively. You have to keep a safe distance emotionally so you don't get burned. And most important of all, you aim at the base of the fire, the root cause of the problem, not at the person who's just carrying the flames. All right, here's another one. We've all heard this 100 times, right? If the cabin pressure drops, those oxygen masks are going to come down. And what is the absolute #1 non-negotiable rule? You secure your own mask first before you help anyone else. Well, this is the life protocol for personal depressurization, what the rest of us just call burnout. It's that sudden loss of your own mental and emotional oxygen, and the rule is identical. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
You're no good to your team, your family, or your mission if you're gasping for air. You have to secure your own well-being first. Period.
But, some of the most complex threats we face aren't these sudden dramatic emergencies. They're human. The searching manual calls this detecting threats on your social radar, and it's basically like spotting turbulence that's being caused by other people.
So this is basically your guide to spotting that human turbulence before you fly right into it. The manual identifies 4 key signatures to look for. You've got the victim narrative. Just ask yourself, is this person ever accountable? Then there's the reality distortion field. Do their actions actually match up with their words? The black hole of reciprocity. Is all the energy in this relationship flowing one way? And finally, the emergency button pusher. Are they constantly manufacturing crises just to get your attention? These questions are your radar scans.
Okay, so let's bring it all together and prepare this plane for landing. Because the goal isn't just to survive the flight of life. It's to navigate it with skill, with real intention, and to land with a deep sense of purpose. And here's the bottom line. You only get one. One flight, one life. And becoming the captain is all about taking command of that one precious flight. And look, this is not a one-and-done decision. It's an ongoing practice. Just like an airline manual is constantly being updated, your life plan requires you to keep checking in. It's a daily ritual of calibrating your radar, checking your instruments, and staying in command.
And to what end? Why do all this? We'll leave you with this powerful call to action from one Jansen. This whole thing isn't just about being more productive. It's about applying that focus and that intention toward building something meaningful.
So we'll leave you with this. After seeing the tools, the protocols, and the mindset of a pilot, the only question that really matters is this one. What is your flight plan?